Right now at 5:30, 2 people are at UK Hospital after they were injured in a crash in Lexington.
Also on WKYT this morning, a second person has been arrested and charged in connection with the Lexington adult exploitation case.
She's got holes all over her body.
After a brutal dog attack, a Lincoln County woman has a long road to recovery ahead of her. We hear more from her daughter coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT News and welcome in. It's so good to have you with us here on Tuesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope your day's off to a great start. It seems like it's, pretty muggy out there, but it's going to get better.
Pretty summery, and really in all of its aspects. Throughout the week, we're going to have some of that, and it gets better as the week goes along. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, summer-like is probably the way to put it. I mean, we have the heat, we have the humidity, and also those pop-up showers and thunderstorms like you saw yesterday. Now, yesterday, some picked up good amounts of rain, and some of us didn't see any rain whatsoever. What we're seeing outside right now, there's a front right over us, so that gives us that chance throughout the morning hours to pick up some of these showers and rumbles, especially for the west here in the next couple of hours. But we get into the afternoon, it's hit and miss. Some will see them, some will not, and there's not one area that actually has the better opportunity to see this rain. But if you do, heavy downpours and also lightning, that'll be the case again for today. That'll take you off into the evening, overnight, and into tomorrow morning. It kind of calms down again, and then it's a humid start, and we do it all over again tomorrow, but we won't on Thursday. Big changes are on the way, and I'll show you how low we go with those temperatures coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Micah, thank you.
New information this morning in a Lexington exploitation case we've been tracking for the past month. We've learned overnight that police have arrested a second person in connection to the case.
Last month, police arrested and charged Glenn Stamper after they say he conned a disabled woman out of thousands of dollars. And now we've learned that police have arrested and charged 27-year-old Ashley Shackelford with exploitation. WKYT's Mark Barber is live now from District Court with more on this. Mark, what are police saying about Shackelford's role in this case? What did she supposedly do?
Good morning, Bill. Well, they're saying that Ashley Shackelford, this second person who they think was involved in the scam, collected thousands of dollars from the disabled woman when Glenn Stamper was jailed on unrelated charges. Now, we did get a chance to speak with the victim in this case last month. She suffers from several disabilities, including memory loss, but she did tell us that she does remember Stamper coming to her house on Della Drive. She says that he told her that he saw several problems with her house, including issues with her roof, that he could fix. Police say that he did not do the work at all, or if he did, it wasn't done right. But officers tell us that he and Shackelford still took about $20,000 of the woman's money. The 64-year-old tells us that this went on for months until her children finally spotted the red flags and called police. According to investigators, Stamper was charged in 2011 with knowingly abusing an adult. After he pled down in that case, he got out on bond, and that's when police say that he targeted the disabled woman. Now, he and Shackelford are both facing several charges in connection to this case, including the exploitation of an adult. Shackelford will be arraigned on her charges here in district court later today. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. Lexington police say they are looking for 2 men involved in a violent home invasion. That happened just before 11 last night on Childs Avenue near the Lexington Cemetery. Police say a woman was expecting someone at her home, so when she heard a knock at the door, she opened it. 2 masked men burst into the home. Police say the burglars punched the woman's boyfriend and then ran out. The police do not believe the pair took anything, but they do note that the woman's puppy is missing.
Hope she finds it. Well, we have some new information this morning about a story we first brought you last night at 11. We now know that 2 people have been hurt after a crash that's involving 3 vehicles on New Circle Road.
Now, the crash happened about 9 last night near Richmond Road. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live from UK Hospital, where those victims are recovering after spending the night there. Hillary, how did that crash happen? All right, we've lost audio there from the notes that we have from Hillary. Police say it was about 9 o'clock last night that an adult and a young teenager parked in the emergency lane on the inner loop of New Circle Road near Richmond Road's exit. When their vehicle broke down, investigators say a Good Samaritan then pulled up behind them to try to help, and that's when officers say another vehicle crossed into the emergency lane.
And that third vehicle then slammed into the back of the helper's vehicle, causing it to move forward and hit the stalled car. Investigators say at the time the adult and teen were standing out in front of their broken down vehicle that then crashed into them. And those two people were brought to UK Hospital with what police are describing as significant injuries, but luckily for them, non-life-threatening.
All right, so a tough situation out there at New Circle at Richmond Road. New this morning, an Estill County home has been destroyed by fire. Dispatchers tell us the fire started about 11 last night on Pea Ridge Road. The Estill County Fire Department shared pictures from the scene. The fire didn't take long to fight because firefighters say new equipment helped them to quickly put out the flames. Firefighters have not said what they think started the fire.
Well, the family of a Lincoln County woman severely mauled by a pack of dogs says she has a long road to recovery. Loretta Stevens was in her yard when her daughter Trivia says 7 Presa Canarios attacked her yesterday. Stevens has wounds all over her body, and her family tells us she's now at UK Hospital in fair condition. Trivia says her mother is still having flashbacks from the horrific experience.
She's waking up every few minutes when she does get to sleep. She's jumping up. She's scared to death that they're going to get her. She's got holes all over her body.
The dogs belong to a neighbor, Chris Pope. According to the sheriff, the animals had just recently been returned to Pope by a Boyle County judge. Officers had taken the dogs away because of animal cruelty charges. 6 of the dogs were caught by animal control. Boyle County animal officials say the 7th dog was shot and killed. Pope has not been located.
A lot of people commenting on that story on WKYT.com. 5:37 now, and a Kentucky man is in an Ohio jail this morning facing a murder charge. Roger Kenny is now in the Warren County Jail north of Cincinnati. Here in Kentucky, the Clark County Sheriff's Office believes he killed a man back in May. The man's body wasn't found until last week on a farm in Clark County. The sheriff says investigators received a tip a few weeks ago that Kenny had confessed to killing a man and burying him on a farm. Investigators didn't find anything then, but last week the sheriff says a man mowing in that area found the victim's decomposed body.
The deceased person had never been reported as missing, which kind of complicates it because he's missing 2.5, almost 3 months.
The sheriff says investigators believe they know who the victim is, but they are waiting for the medical examiner to positively identify the victim. He will not discuss a motive for the murder, but investigators are still interviewing people, and they may be filing more charges.
Well, city leaders, the University of Kentucky, and others are coming together to make Lexington a little bit more safe. Lexington is seeking accreditation as a safe community by the National Safety Council. To earn that honor, the city has to identify the top causes of injury and death in Lexington and come up with a solution.
For young people, it's motor vehicle crashes. During middle age, we see drug overdoses, particularly prescription painkiller abuse. And then as we age or we get older, it's falls. And so really protecting people in the community from some of those top killers is a challenge.
Others designated safe communities in the Commonwealth include Madison County, Murray State University, and Western Kentucky University.
New details are emerging this morning about a brutal Louisville murder. Edward Vinson was severely beaten and then set on fire last month. Now, Brandon Oldham and Juan Lloyd are charged with his murder. Police have just released interviews in which a witness says the 2 men thought Vinson stole Oldham's gun. The witness says Vinson found the gun while cleaning a yard.
It ain't even worth, it wasn't even worth all that, you feel me? The man said he could get it back, man, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no sense of doing all that. He was just out of control, you know what I'm saying?
Lloyd is being held on a $1 million bond. Oldham is already back in prison for violating parole on robbery and kidnapping charges.
In your national news this morning, Oregon authorities trying to figure out who sent suspicious packages to government buildings across the state. State police say some of the packages contained an unknown substance, but they wouldn't say just how many packages were sent out or which buildings received them. A postal inspector told local media there that there is no reason to believe the general public is in danger from the mailings.
If you bought seasonings at your local Kroger recently, we have a recall alert for you this morning. You might want to check your shelves. Kroger has recalled 4 seasonings over fears that they could have been contaminated with salmonella. So far, no illnesses have been reported. Kroger brand ground cinnamon, garlic powder, coarse ground black pepper, and bacon buds are listed in the recall. rainfall. Only certain sell-by dates are affected, and for more information, including those sell-by dates, we have those at WKYT.com.
Over the next year and a half, you may start to notice some changes inside Rupp Arena. The Lexington Center Board has approved $15 million in technology upgrades for the nearly 40-year-old facility. Among the changes, a new video scoreboard installed in the center of the arena ceiling, ribbon scoreboards around the arena, and 4 new monitors in each corner of the arena. Fans will also be able to use wireless internet there.
And to be able to improve fan experience and fan activation, those are just important things for us to continue to address.
And Lexington Center leaders say the upgrades will be financed through the sale of Lexington Center bonds. So interesting that they say that there's going to be a Wi-Fi capability now. Not that there wasn't, but it's going to be improved. So when you have so many people on their phones, sometimes it's hard to get that message out.
Right, get a dependable signal. Of course, it was built before any of that technology came along. All right, it's 5:41 on WKYT this morning, and let's check live drive traffic and see what is going on out there.
Taking a look at the Waze map, a stalled vehicle report. That's right on Interstate 75, one near Hamburg, the other close to Old Richmond Road. The last is just after the Athens Boonesboro Road exit. All right, should be a good commute in this morning. No reports of any major problems out there. Just watch for those little pinch points there that we mentioned. That one on Athens Boonesboro is just there at the side of the interstate. All right, a lot more coming up for you on WKYT this morning, and it's good to have you along. A new month begins in just a few days. That means new movies on Netflix. We'll have more on what you can expect coming up in 5.
Yeah, we're looking at the rain back toward the west. It's heading our direction. It's not much, but look, when you have those muggy conditions, steamy conditions, you know you're going to get that chance of rain. It'll be hit and miss, but I'll show you that coming up next.